There was a mighty nation, blessed above all of creation. It was a rare and precious pearl, conceived in faith and liberty, home of the brave, land of the free. It was the envy of the world.
The other problem that has received a lot of attention concerns Americans who've received letters from their insurers that they may be losing the plans they bought in the old individual market, often because they no longer meet the law's requirements to cover basic benefits like prescription drugs or doctor's visits. Now, as I indicated earlier, I completely get how upsetting this can be for a lot of Americans, particularly after assurances they heard from me that if they had a plan that they liked, they could keep it. And to those Americans, I hear you loud and clear. I said that I would do everything we can to fix this problem, and today I'm offering an idea that will help do it. Already, people who have plans that predate the Affordable Care Act can keep those plans if they haven't changed. That was already in the law. That's what's called a grandfather clause. It was included in the law. Today, we're going to extend that principle both to people whose plans have changed since the law took effect and to people who bought plans since the law took effect. So state insurance commissioners still have the power to decide what plans can and can't be sold in their states, but the bottom line is insurers can extend current plans that would otherwise be canceled into 2014, and Americans whose plans have been canceled can choose to re-enroll in the same kind of plan.
But this shining city on a hill has turned from the Creator's will and let evil take control. Now the reckless men who lead them want to strip away their freedom and to steal their very soul. Now it's smoke and mirrors, switching bait, criticize and confiscate and let the guilty walk away. In this once right.
We're also requiring insurers to extend current plans to inform their customers about two things. One, that what protections these renewed plans don't include. Number two, that the marketplace offers new options with better coverage and tax credits that might help you bring down the costs. So, if you received one of these letters, I'd encourage you to take a look at the marketplace. Even if the website isn't working as smoothly as it should be for everybody yet, the plan comparison tool that lets you browse costs for new plans near you is working just fine. Now, this fix won't solve every problem for every person, but it's going to help a lot of people. Doing more will require work with Congress. And I've said from the beginning, I'm willing to work with Democrats and Republicans to fix problems as they arise. This is an example of what I was talking about. We can always make this law work better.
It's a presidential sales pitch.
If you like your plan, keep your plan.
Millions of Americans aren't buying anymore.
I absolutely believed him, and I was completely comfortable until October 1st when I got the letter, that my insurance is no longer available.
Was that a broken promise, or was that deception, or both?
Just in California, Florida, and New Jersey, we've counted up at least 1.5 million Americans whose policies will be canceled on January 1.
Consumers like construction worker Ryan Hunt are finding they cannot keep their plans.
I'm furious. I'm like stomping, man.
This thing seems to be a disaster. It's nothing like the administration said it was going to be.
The real story is how many millions of Americans are going to eventually get a letter from their insurance company saying you're no longer covered.
You remember if you like your insurance, you can keep your insurance? That changed today.
More people since October 1st have gotten cancellation notices, Greta, than have been able to sign on.
Over 2 million Americans have received cancellation of their insurance policies, the policies they chose.
Cancellation letters that customers are receiving say that their current plans don't meet the new federal requirements of this new law.
It's a situation of they're getting cancellation notices because of the way that Obamacare is drafted.
You're no longer eligible to buy your own plan, which was the #1 promise that the president made to the American people.
Okay, I'm really good at surfing YouTube. All right, there's certain things I don't do so good, but surfing YouTube I'm good at. All right, Washington Free Beacon, no teeth in the White House Obamacare fix. He's right. There's nothing to it. Obama, and his usual, defend it. Democrat Senator Mark Beach won't say if he wants Obama to campaign for him in Alaska. Now, this one here, the CNN, she's a nobody that is trying to advertise a one-year fix for Obama, and that's just total bullcrap, because it's just to buy time to let this public sentiment die down and let you get used to getting screwed. Right? You can't mandate to businesses that they got to do they got to do business. Right? Here's another one. This is the Obamacare girl. Look at that picture right there. Now come down here. Right, here she is again. You see her? See her? Mr. Voice of Obamacare speaks out on bullying. Watch the latest video and news. Okay? This girl is not even a U.S. citizen. Watch. It's one of the ones that said, oh, how great Obamacare was. I don't really want this to come up. Bullying, watch. Latest
Another
video.
side of the Obamacare.
Woman whose picture was the face of Obamacare speaks. Okay. She never got paid for the photo. I don't know why it didn't come up. And she's not even a U.S. citizen. Alright, let's go back here. I just scroll through here. And as soon as I'm done here. Obama's a liar. Okay. This is all the stuff that's come up in the last hour. Obama defends Obamacare in New Orleans for infrastructure spending. There's so many things in Obamacare that are yet to be disasterized. You need to call your senators and you need to tell them to shut it down. Forget it. Scrap it. What they're going to do is they're going to give you a thing from Mary Landria in Louisiana, and it's going to pass the Senate. It's going to go up to the House.
Just boldly telling people, if you want to keep your doctor or your plan, you can. That was just a lie, wasn't it?
The Washington Post's Glenn Kessler gave him 4 Pinocchios for that.
Makes it very clear that if the White House likes your insurance, you can keep it. But if you like it, you may not be able to.
Democrats are increasingly frustrated and regretful that they left Americans with expectations that didn't pan out.
People should be able to buy any insurance plan that they can afford and want. It's up to individuals to decide what's best for them, not the government.
Most of those people will be paying a great deal more in monthly premiums and certainly deductibles.
When more people are losing their plans than are able to enroll in new ones, it's more than just a website.
Well, it's being reported that the president has known for 3 years that people would lose their coverage. The press is now saying the president lied. But today the White House said that's not true. He did not lie. And they released this tape from 3 years ago to prove it. Here's what he said 3 years ago.
If you like your doctor, you
cannot
keep your doctor. If you like your private health insurance plan, you
cannot
keep your plan.
So they can say they did something. You need to call your Democrats right now and tell them, get out of it, run, get away from it. You know, if they want to get reelected, they better go do the right thing and quit playing with this thing, because it's a bomb about to blow up. I'll give you a few short clips here in a minute. Okay. Congressman Upton is gonna, I just got off the phone, and Congressman Upton is gonna send a proposal. It's supposed to pass, they think it's gonna pass the House. It's gonna go up there. Mary Landria is gonna send something else back, and it's no more than the dog and pony show. Tell them to scrap the whole thing. There's even more explosions in this thing later. Just get rid of the whole thing. There's things in there that don't even have nothing to do with health care. That's why they're trying to hold on to it so bad. Okay, they should have just quit when they had this shutdown and buckled a little bit, and then Obama wouldn't, and the Democrats wouldn't be going through this. All right, the whole thing's got to be scrapped. There's all kinds of little pork and tighty whiteys in this thing for everybody else. You know, it's just one big mess.
One of the things that keeps coming up in this hearing, because you are from Kansas, is references to the Wizard of Oz. And people went to see the wizard because of the wonderful things that he did. And the Affordable Care Act is doing a lot of great things in Iowa.
Really going to use the wizard to defend your program, to say how great it is? Did you watch the movie? The wizard is a charlatan. The wizard is a two-bit huckster who never gave people anything they didn't already have.